is any query, if you have regarding this particular project or any other aspects of it, and we will be more than happy to clarify your queries. Thank you so much. With this, I'll hand it over to Mr. Mukherjee and Mr. Anirwal to take you along with the presentation. Thank you.
Queries can be asked in between or sorry? The queries can be asked in between or
naturally. Let's be very, very flexible. I mean, whenever you have any doubt, we can clarify.
Good morning. Good morning to all, and thanks for your cooperation, whatever we are getting. For this launching of our superstructure, we are using this launching girder that is overslung, and already we have started to erect it. Here we are going through two parts. One is substructure and the other is superstructure. The substructure, it is almost coming the piles, then pile cap, then pier and pier cap. Over that, all the superstructure segmental construction, it will be happen with the help of launching girder. And the segments already it is getting casted in our casting yard, whichever we will fix in top of the substructure. You can see the process. Here, for utility location, we are digging. Those are our utilities.
this utility ducts will be coming before the project or after the project? After the project.
It makes life more complicated because all the sides of the pathway will be excavated. The movement will be in between. So it is always better to start from the median of the road and then slowly spread out so that the maximum space is available to the motorists and the pedestrians for the maximum possible time. So from center we are going outwards. Once the central construction is over and the footings are done, the erection is done, the road will be reinstated, the carpeting will be done, and then the traffic will be put again to the central portion of the road, and then the side will be taken. This is how we are planned.
No, but it's better to put the PWD water line first. Because the water line
That is going hand in hand. That is also going parallel. See, because
it is now under the road. So when you dig the road, the pipe is obviously going to break down.
wherever we are encountering these pipes, we are immediately shifting it. You might have seen we have already done our shifting.
I'm sorry. You might have seen that we have already shifted the pipeline which was falling in front of the Majestic Hotel from Majestic to up to Maldi Goa. That pipeline is already shifted because it was falling in the center of the median. Now the same thing we have done in our the Sangolda area where the 500 dia pipeline is also now shifted. So wherever we are having local issues for the construction of the foundations, there we are shifting it. Once the complete stretch is done, then all the balance pipe will be taken aside. This is how we have planned. Because right now, if I start digging everywhere, this will create a mess.
Presentation you do first.
Right, ma'am. We'll continue this, then I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you on this, please. We'll continue with this.
Then our piling work, it is going on with the help of vehicle. It is piling rig, hydraulic. Then we are putting it in concrete. After that, for getting the pile cap, we are excavating up to the level, and then we are filling it with concrete for pile cap. Then subsequently, that pier is also coming, and top part you can say the pier cap is also coming. And over that, our launching gutter will come. This is our alignment total. How it goes. This is the construction phases we are doing in part, not in full. These are the objectives of the project. Sorry. This one? Diversion already shown.
Yeah, grades are the diversion.
This is the cross section of our project. You can see how it comes, how the elevated part is coming and how the service road is coming.
Here is the main problem what I have seen.
Sure.
I was discussing about this drainage. You can see this is the utility chamber, this is the drainage, and this is the bridge. So important thing is drainage should be this side as per my calculation, because water from all villages coming from all the drainages, village road drainages, they should join here. Am I right?
Yeah.
It will join here. If this is this side, then how the water will come here in this?
So now this is a typical section which we are having as a proposal for the construction. Now your point is very valid. Now I understand what you are trying to say is that the properties on the other side, on either side of the roads, will definitely generate their, they will have their discharges, yes, and the catchment areas will have a lot of water during the rain, so they need to be dispersed. Now, this is something which we have already discussed with our PWD counterparts, and there were discussions like swapping these two with each other. Like, the utility can be towards the highway, and the drain can be away from the highway.
It should be there.
Yeah, the idea was to collect the highway water also first.
Highway water is liquor. That
Yeah.
can be brought
So
anywhere.
this is something which is a policy decision, and it has to come from the employer. So we are in touch with PWD with the same discussions. Technically, it is possible. Only thing is that we have to see the viability of the employer. Yes, we can always swap it. So this is something that I need some time to come back to you.
So one more thing is that if now you have to change it from here to this, then it should be done right now. Because now utility electrical main cable is coming from this term.
As I already clarified, right now we are not constructing the side drains and the utilities because.
But the cable of the electrical cable.
Yeah, cables. Now whatever cables we are putting, they are putting for the time being. It's a temporary laying because see what is happening is that if there is a cable in the foundation area, right now in order to take up the foundation, we have to shift the cable. But the technical issue is that if I start excavating the side drains and the utility ducts, then the total carriageway will be closed. So what we have decided, we are diverting them temporarily. Once the main construction of the viaduct is done, those cables will be reshifted to the utility ducts only after the construction of the utility ducts.
Okay.
Now, yes, so these utility ducts will have to be constructed only after the main viaduct is in place. So once these ducts are constructed, as you rightly said, there are always chances that we can swap them.
So it should be said, but why I was discussing yesterday with the electrical contractor also.
Right.
There is panel. I think.
So those are all temporary arrangements that can always be
So
done.
they were telling that will go from.
No. We can always make those provisions.
So one more.
Those provisions can always be made.
One more, just to inform you, there are panels which are erected in front of my hospital also.
Right.
They are at the side of the road.
Right.
So there is a problem. So when the road, somebody coming from backside road,
Mm-hmm.
if you have to turn, then the panel makes total hides the full view traffic coming inside. So there are chances of maximum accident.
See how these kind of projects will happen. I tell you something, sir. Because now once the complete alignment is done and the bottom carriageway is done, there will be lot of fine tuning which has to be done. There will be issues. Somebody will have some obstruction in front of the property. Somebody will have a turning radius issue. Somebody will have the discharge issue. All these things will be there. So these are the points which needs to be corrected once the complete, physically the viaduct is in place. There will be lot of teething issues which needs to be corrected, which is an inherent part of this kind of projects. So I would request you to, just allow us some time to complete the main structure first. All these points, we have a special team with us who is keeping track of all these things, the points raised by the local residents, the points raised by the people who are owning the properties by the side of the highways. And once the things are done, we will have to address those issues. We cannot leave it like this. I agree with you.
Yeah, because this is the thing we will realize later.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I'm saying.
Yesterday when I told them, they said we cannot shift it later
Yeah,
on also
yeah.
because the cable is already cut off.
True.
So if the cable is only till this,
Mm.
we cannot shift it.
True.
So this was what they told me.
Yes.
So if they want to put that again, new cable has to be erected, which is highly impossible.
No. As I said, there is no need to erect a new cable. The existing cable has to be shifted here and there. That's what the local agreements have to
So
be done.
length is not there. We tried yesterday.
Sir, we are keeping the loops with us. Everywhere we are keeping the loop provisions. Wherever the cable has to be extended, so there will be the loops. We are, doing it accordingly.
Yeah. So my just suggestion is there. There are like my property is there and side one property is there.
Right.
So in between there is the thing is the road is there.
Okay.
So you must put this all the panels at this junction.
Fine. Understood.
Instead of road junction.
Understood. We'll note it down.
Yeah.
We'll note it down.
Because then I have written also lot
Right.
of points I will
Right.
be doing copy
Right.
for you.
Fine.
And the important thing is when turning point is there, we had so many accidents here.
True.
Somebody parks car there and somebody is going there, they cannot see the vehicle coming
True.
in high speed. So when they just cross, there are accidents. So
Understood.
because that I just told yesterday that these panels will be taken to other shift where our property junctions are there. Wherever the roads are there, you must remove that and you must shift.
Appreciate your feedback, sir. We have taken a note of this, and the same will be also added in our points to be rectified. So we'll take care of this, sir. Thank you for your feedback.
Now it is the site setup, how the goes, what is going, like it will be shifting, this is our batching plant from where concrete is coming. Then this is our casting yard, where the topmost segment is getting casted. This is our launching cutter. So it is getting erected for erecting the segments that span. There is some sort of pile boring, cage loading, that part of the works. This is the pier and then pier cap. It is showing that how the progress of the site is going on. All those clips. It is showing the process of our work. This is the as on date progress chart. Out of 530, we have done 290 pile cap. Out of 80, we have done 36. Pier 80, 25. Pier cap 80, 16. In total segment casted 1431 out of 112 is already casted. Thank you.
Excuse me, can I ask one more question, please? The important one more thing is there. Now the height of the road is more than the property. So if your utility block or drainage is not completing before next rain, then what will be the problem? The water from the road and everything will come in our properties, or it will go back, because all the water coming from there, it is passing through drainage which was there on the highway. Now that drainage is closed down and highway is higher than the property. So water will totally fill inside. Our sump are there. So water will enter in our sump, our drinking water. So how you will tackle that problem?
So this is something which is a reality which we are going to face, and I appreciate that you have brought this point in front of this forum. This is something which will be a part of the construction stage. During construction stage of any of the infrastructure facility, there will be minor inconvenience caused. And during the rain, yes, I agree that there will be the issues of water stagnation and other things. During this rain time also, if you remember that wherever there were water stagnated or there were issue of discharge and all, our team was very active in doing and attending those points. During the construction phase, because we will be definitely passing through the next monsoon also, the same approach will be there. Wherever there are issues, we have to take a temporary. We will take up the temporary arrangements for discharging of the same. We'll ensure that.
Because now the rain will be just, what is the rain
Yes,
of
yes.
Goa?
Yes.
The quantity of water.
We saw the rain this time. We saw the rain this time.
Just simple for example,
Yeah.
there was a big drainage.
Yes.
But if drainage slightly clogs also, if it is getting clogged, then water was to fill everywhere.
Right.
So now there is no drainage at all.
Right.
Now till now you were putting that water in the drainage. But now drainage is filled with mud. So there is no point and no area to water to flow.
Right.
So
As I
that-
said.
yeah, that should be
Yes.
thought how to do it.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
As I
but-
said, little bit of issues will be there during the
But this is
construction.
not a little issue. It
No,
will
no.
be filling our
There will be issues. There will be issues during the construction stage, and as I said, we have tackled this monsoon also. We will be definitely very actively tackling the next monsoon also. Our team will be there, sir. We have noted down this point as well. We are noting down all your points. Thank you so much. No, sir, we are done. It was a very small presentation. You can ask any of the clarifications. Mr. Tare is here. Yeah.
Drainage problems down. I am wondering whether our situation will be. I am wondering whether our situation will be like what is happening near Sai Service and the assembly complex. All the water is flowing on the road during the monsoons. The drain built for the draining of the assembly complex, water is going on the side. It is higher than the road. And this water on the road is flowing down on side the High Court side and this side. It is flowing on the road. So all these assurances that after the flyover is ready, there may be teething problems. This have to be addressed now. Because after the flyover, I know, sorry to say that this flyover is not made in the interest of us citizens. It is made in the interest of the real estate and the logistic hub that is coming up at Verna and other places. So it is not made in, it is a sort of a myth that this is made in our interest to shorten our travel time and all. That is humbug. The problem is, my concern is what happens to us residents who are below the flyover. We are all second-class citizens for this government, and that is our pathetic situation. What we see near the Sai service and the assembly complex. Okay. I'm only going to talk about your structure on top.
Yes, please.
Okay. Where is the drainage water from this structure on top going to go? Where are the ducts? Can you show me?
The precast segments which we are manufacturing in our Samholda facility, those segments are having the drainage spouts on every segment which is coming on the end of the span. So it will be like, I can show you the detailed drawings wherein the spouts are provided. Those sprouts will have downcomer pipes which will come below and get connected to the drain for the water discharge of the upper deck, the main highway.
So it will not be a shower like you see in
No.
Nagpur. It happened in Sai service. All those ducts were put later on.
Yes.
Now those ducts, those PVC pipes or whatever you all use, after some time they just come off and the water is flowing on the people below. Okay. I hope that is not the case.
We have our maintenance period also. And during the maintenance period, these are the things which you have rightly pointed out. There are damages to these kind of ducts, and we have to keep on taking care of them initially. And then after the period before the monsoon, we have to be very careful about these things because regular maintenance is something which has to be there for any of the structure.
And where will the landings from the highway come? Now people have to get off, those who come down to Porvorim. Where will those landings come?
The ramp starts in front of the petrol pump at
Exits
Samholda
and service roads.
No, there are no exits of this flyover. The flyover starts from Samholda Junction, is all the way comes up to the Majestic, and there only it lands up. Then I
So,
think you get on the Atal
If
side.
I as a resident here, I have to go to Samholda Junction and take the flyover from there. Otherwise, I have to go to Majestic and take the flyover from there.
This is how the layout is planned.
Okay, and therefore all these the cargo vehicles or whatever sales vans and all that are coming, they'll have to alight only at Samholda Junction.
All the heavy vehicles will take up the Samholda Junction, and from there they will elevate on the corridor.
No, heavy vehicles to Sai service and all these big container trucks and all.
No, this is how the layout is, and this is what the contract
This is the problem. Again, we are fixed in the same old situation where these big container trucks, because they have to access all these automobile showrooms here, they are going to take the lower part. So what is the benefit of the flyover there?
We have to understand if the showroom is there on the lower part, definitely the vehicle has to come there. Even if there is a flyover, either it will land from here or it will land from there. But ultimately,
So our health is going to be hell.
as long as the Sai service center is there, the
As
vehicle
long
will
as
come.
we people keep quiet. That's it. Thank you.
Sir.
One more point is, yesterday I was discussing about the panels, electrical panels which are fixed. So they are fixed horizontally.
Right.
So not vertically like that towards our, but it is put like this horizontally. So there will be a footpath. Am I right? On that utility, there will be footpath for people walking from there.
Right.
If there is electrical panels in between, then how they will walk? They will have to come down on the road and go back.
These panels will be, they will be at a height later on, which will be above the head height. So minimum headroom will be there so that the pedestrian can walk properly. We'll make sure it.
But yesterday, engineer told me it will go down. Then what is
No, I would request you, I mean, if at all any doubt is there, you can always contact our office because what happens is that the ground level people, they are not much aware about the future things to be happen. So if you communicate with them, it can give you a lot of confusion.
Sir, we will communicate on phone because we cannot come again and again.
No problem, sir, no problem. And I really appreciate that this kind of, like this is the interaction session with all the local friends. I think this has to be there periodically. I would request Tare sir also. Yes, at least once in 3 months or once in 3 months. This is something very, very interactive so that we are connected to each other, we understand each other things.
So you will have to put that point also note.
We will note it.
It should not be on the
Yeah.
Because if footpath can be due to
Very valid point.
Yeah.
Very valid point.
But all these points, there are lot of other points I
Agreed.
will directly discuss with you.
Agreed.
And one more thing, what I have to tell, that while doing this diversion, it is my request because it is contract of crores of rupees. Let them do a hot mix, not a rough road, because our rain in Goa is very high. That much water will sweep away in our road. So you must make hot mix so that there will be no pollution, no khadda, no pothole, and in 2 years, all the traffic will be smoother.
True.
If you do temporary, they will just spend less money. They will put just concrete with this khadi and all and simple tar, and then there will be lot of potholes. And
True.
next rain we will suffer a lot.
Yes.
So important thing is, as per the law also, they will have to do hot mix. But they are not doing. They are just doing the rough road and do the diversion because they are trying to spend less. So that is also to be noted because we will be suffering in future if there are potholes and traffic will be very jammed and they will not able to go smoother. So this point also to be noted.
As you are aware, like the matter is already under the discussion and already under the matter under the Honorable High Court, and tomorrow there is one more hearing for the same. And the same public interest litigation was filed. And though the litigation was filed, before that we have already taken the precautionary measures. And you rightly said that hot top is required, and you must have seen that we have already done the hot topping of the road starting from the Socorro Junction to up to the Moldy Goa. So this stretch has already been taken care of. The stretch towards Sangolta, we are having some certain challenges, as ma'am was rightly saying that there are issues with the pipelines and the water supply, because we are facing issues with the like disturbed joints. Because now what has happened, because the traffic load has gone towards one side of the road, now it has resulted into vibrations, and due to this vibration there are a lot of water lines, old water lines of the Portuguese times. Those water lines connections are giving way randomly. So this has become one more challenge for us. So if at all, right now I am going to put the hot mix on that, it is going to be punctured everywhere. So next 1 week's target is there to attend those all the leakages, the failed joints, punctured pipes. All those things are being attended right now. And once that is done, so there also will be this. It will be there.
One more information. All the roads coming from parallel with this crossing road to the highway, there are houses like
Yes,
my
yes.
hospital,
Yes,
there
yes.
are all buildings behind.
Right, sir.
How the connection of water connect given, there was no big pipe.
Hmm.
There are every single 1 inch pipe going from highway to all the buildings
True.
and everywhere.
True.
Yesterday when they were dealing with the this JCB, I just requested not to do with JCB, and then they have taken labor and they have saved most of the pipe. There are around more than 20-30 pipes just on my stretch.
True.
So there are same thing happening because there was no internal pipeline erected, but the small pipeline directly going to all the buildings and houses and all.
Right.
So this should be taken note because if tomorrow if you are cutting off, all water supply will stop. So my one suggestion, you must put the one pipe of 4 inches
Right.
from there and take it to back and join all the piping. That till your work is over.
Right.
Otherwise, your pipe and these small pipes will go on breaking.
Understood.
Because yesterday after my call, these people have almost 7-8 pipes they have rectified,
Right.
big pipes.
Right.
So again and again, I'm telling them actively that this is a problem, this is a problem. And they,
Right.
yesterday and before that, one more 7-8 pipes were rectified. So your work will be more increasing with just valid point now, but it was valid point before.
Mhm.
When design was done of this flyover, I was telling that this flyover should join the main bridge, but it is coming down, so there will be a big problem. All the vehicles will be coming on the state because heavy traffic will be coming on this bridge, and they will have to go down. Then they will mingle with all other traffic, and it will be very difficult to take other bridge. So I was telling this from start, but nobody has taken note of it. So if something can be planned in advance for future, then you can think over it. Because 101% there will be traffic jam when the people are coming down to take next bridge. Planning was going on. but they said nothing will happen. But I am 101%. You can put on the stamp paper. It will come. The problem because all the people will come down and then they will have to come up, and all the local people coming from down from the service road, all local will be using down road. Not we will not be using top road. All the people from local and all the coming down from Hafsa downward, they will be going to Penji. So that traffic and this traffic will make total jam because now there is no traffic on the bridge. But the future, all the traffic will be diverted this side. So that jam in Penji, and that time it will be very difficult for you to handle the traffic or make any arrangement to bridge. So it is my suggestion if you can sit together and do something discussion and join this bridge directly to that bridge. That problem that all the people going from coming from the bridge, they can go and they can come ramp down if they want to go to Penji. But only direct, everybody coming down will make total congestion in Penji city. It will be very difficult, which I can see.
So in this, I'll first clarify one of the point is that this particular flyover which is being constructed is, although it is landing up in front of Majestic, however, the point where it lands up and comes to the gradient level, from there, the elevation of the Atal Setu starts at a distance of around 300 meters. Now we have to understand one thing that as the gentleman was asking me, and the very valid question was, do we have any exits and entries of this flyover? So since we don't have any entry and exits of this flyover, so anybody with an intention to get onto the flyover, now imagine the scenario that this flyover is connected with the Atal Setu. Now anybody is staying in towards Majestic or towards Maldi Goa side, if at all he intends to go to Panji, he has to first come down to Sangolda. From Sangolda, he has to get on the flyover. That is the first issue we had. See, it's a basically policy thing for which Mr. Tare will be in a better position to reply. But since it is the construction phase, so I am giving you the facts and figures. Having understood this, the requirement of this particular flyover to land ahead of Atal Setu was to create a zone which will be an interface zone for the highway traffic and the city traffic. This will be an area with a limited speed limit because this will be the merging point. The highway traffic will go into the city traffic will come into the highway. So this is the merging point. As we see everywhere, wherever we have two flyovers, there is a gap of approximately 350 to 400 meters to slow down, to interface with each other or get outside. This kind of things will take place there. So this is how the total design was done.
There will be required more area for traffic movement.
No, this is, as I said, this will be a speed controlled limit area wherein the speed will be highly, it will be not more than 40 or 40 something, particularly for this 300 meters because there will be interface of other traffic also. Now imagine a scenario if this is not there, then it will be a major issue for the local people to get onto the highway. So they have to travel, up to the Sangolda or up to the...
See, if you think of our area or if we want to go to Margao, am I right? We can go from down road and also take
you can directly get to the Atal Setu.
So there is no need of going to Atal Setu also.
Correct,
we can
correct.
go from down and go because it is coming down.
Yes.
So there is also mistake in that bridge also because the so big bridge is coming down and again.
I can't comment on that.
Yeah, and again where junction which is going to Ponda. That junction is again totally messed because planning was not proper. That should be have taken actually directly to Margao and one part should go down. Now, as you said that there is a 300 meter gap and it doesn't have problem. I am traveling regularly to my Shirdi hospital.
Yes.
There is, Chakan Junction.
Yes.
The Nashik road from Pune, Nashik.
Yes.
So beautifully done. High level road is done. But wherever it is coming down, around 3 hours traffic jam is there. 3 hours. So that is the problem.
Trees,
And what is it? And what is your compensation plan?
the compensation plan has already been submitted to the Honorable Court also and to the Forest Department also on behalf of PWD. PWD has already given a compensation plan for that tree cutting.
What is the number?
We were permitted to fell down 616 trees. Out of that, we have already felled down around 447 trees. So another 100 trees are something balanced now, including the transplanted ones.
What is the compensation plantation?
Plantation, Mr. 3 times,
3 times. So
Yeah.
they are talking about around 2,000 trees.
obviously.
Okay. And what's the plan?
The plan is after the construction work is over, either side of the viaduct will have this.
And who will be implemented? Firm will be implementing or PWD is implementing?
As per the instructions of PWD, it will be done.
By a firm.
Now it depends upon PWD. If PWD says to us, we have to do it. We'll see it. But somebody will have to do it.
Excuse me, sir.
What about the dust?
Yes, sir.
The present dust pollution. Okay. How many times a day you are watering the roads?
So right now the water tanker is minimum 4 times it is making rounds. But
In front of my house.
What time you start? No. What time you start in the morning?
morning around 7 it starts.
No. When I'm going to work at 9 o'clock, I can see the haze here, Nemende Goa, Holy Family Church. Dust is flying. First of all, there is all sediment on the road, on the tar road. Okay, you all water the sides. That sediment, moment the trucks, the vehicles go, that all flies up.
Last year was 4 days.
You all are not sweeping the road and removing the dust from the roads. You all are spilling all the dust the mud on the road. That remains there. So you all are watering the sides. Okay, and 7 o'clock it doesn't happen because I have seen the dust.
I agree with you, sir. Here I tell you
Who is testing the dust pollution levels? Are they being tested?
Sorry?
The dust pollution level
Mhm.
from this stretch. Are there frequent tests being done and recorded?
I'll come back to you on this. See, basically what has happened in the last 4-5 days, there were challenges because 33 kV cable, shifting of that cable and the jointing process is on in the suburban area. So because of that, particularly that 50-60 meter area was intentionally left without water sprinkling because the jointing process of the cable was going on. So precautionary measures we had taken this. Now this joint is over. I think today onwards this problem should not be there. Regular water sprinkle will be ensured and I'll instruct my team also. Mr. Bawar Singh Meena is also there. We'll make sure that it never happens again, that the dust is visible. We'll make sure.
Who is the contact person from your agency that people can contact in case the things are not being
You
done?
can contact Mr. Bawar.
Give your phone number and
Yeah,
can you
I'll share the phone number. For any kind of dust or any road issues, you can contact. I will give you a one touch point.
Okay. Another thing is, since the first alignment, have any changes been made in this alignment?
There were minor adjustments done because in few of the areas it was going beyond the ROW or capturing somebody's airspace, and the major variation was done in the landing portion of the ramp which is near to Majestic. You must be knowing that initially it was coming towards the service road on the Krantinagar side, but somehow the service road was instructed not to be disturbed. So we slightly tilted it, we slightly shifted it towards the right. It moved around 16 meter towards the Majestic Hotel, and then now we have realigned the entire corridor. Now it is all frozen.
Why I'm asking, because as you come here, your map is showing that there is some sort of a curve there. Okay.
There is a curve.
Now, how that curve is going to disrupt the traffic, because we see what has happened in Porvorim. After you go into the Zuari Bridge, then you see that it's so puzzling. Vehicles are traveling at 80, 60. Okay, so I wonder how that particular bottleneck there suddenly here in Samaticha Volta.
Which part can you specifically?
I saw on your slide coming straight, and then there is a.
I'll display it once again. You can precisely tell me the point.
Yeah. Further. No. Yeah. No. Yeah. There, see.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah. Now that's coming. Now go towards Porvorim Bazaar. E40.
Go towards Porvorim.
Yeah. I'm talking about that turn there and then that almost 90 degrees. Yeah, P17. 17 and 20.
I'll just give a clarification. See, basically what we have done, we have superimposed the pier numbers on the existing highway. Now, let us understand that the existing highway is not the profile of the proposed flyover. The proposed flyover will be as per the vertical and the horizontal gradients given in the codal provisions approved by the Ministry of Roads and Highways. Now, this is something we just wanted to show you that in the existing road, above the existing road, these are the piers coming. Now, once the complete viaduct is done, this entire geometry will be corrected based on the minimum and maximum applicable limits of the model. So, this is what you are saying is correct, but this is not the flyover, this is the road existing. The flyover profile is different.
Why I'm saying because I'm concerned because
Yes.
that junction many
Very
lives were lost on
Yes.
this existing road.
Yeah.
And it was always fatal accidents that are
Yes,
taking
sir.
place.
Now you see
If
that-
bottleneck
Yes.
remains.
Yes.
Okay, there will be disaster, further disaster, as we already see happening from Panjim to Madgaon.
Right.
Accidents almost every day.
Correct.
So that is my concern. So will that be going straightened there?
It will be straightened. Because see, what has happened is that we will be doing the pier work, the column work as per the profile of the top highway. Now the top highway profile has to be as per the codal provisions. Having said that, having laid down these pillars on the respective locations, it will be a compulsion to for the service road to follow the same pattern. So once we follow the same pattern, you will by default follow the same pattern which was followed for the construction of the flyover. Nonetheless, if you see that particular portion in front of the property of Dr. Rosario, from that property if we come towards Dhanindi Goa, so there is a very sharp turn. So there we have a turn and then we have a vertical gradient which is right now it is of 8 to 9%. And we see most of the heavy vehicles struggling hard to get onto that curve and the 9% of the gradient. So there also we have very beautifully did the correction in the geometry. Instead of the road passing through on either side of the viaduct, on that particular portion, both the carriageway will be on the one side of the viaduct so that the curvature as well as the vertical gradient is reduced. It is not sudden. So you will see the movement will be very smooth there after the construction work is over.
Gradual.
Yeah.
Okay. Another thing is now below, where will be everywhere you are going to have this what do you call that openings on this road below.
So
Crossing.
wherever the city
Existing crossing.
city geometry has to be followed. We cannot disturb the geometry.
So Chogam Road, Okokero Junction.
It has to be there. Yeah.
Yeah. So if people want to go to Kalangod, they will have to get off near Majestic and come down.
Below Sokero junction, the junction will be as it is because the traffic
No.
has to merge.
Traffic will go and then go to Majestic and up the Atal Setu.
Right.
Okay, and Atal Setu will come down.
They will
take
pass.
by Majestic.
Yeah,
and come
by the
to
side of the
Porvorim.
majestic. By the side of the majestic, they will get into the service road.
So entire Kalangod whole coastal belt will again come down only.
Yeah, it will come down. If at all you intend to go to the Chogam road, you have to come down. If you don't want to go to Chogam road, you want to go to Sangolda and Pakradevi, you don't leave the flyover. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
The service roads which are having now, do they have any footpath?
Yeah, it is.
Because the vehicles are
Above this utility and the drain, no? It is all.
You are building service roads now, touching our walls. Is there any place for people to walk now initially?
Touching the wall, there will be a footpath.
Because now I have seen down Bazaar,
No,
there is no footpath. People can't walk.
It is there. You see, it is basically footpath only.
No, this is now. This is future. At the moment now, which roads you are building now, there is no footpath for people to walk at the
For
side.
pedestrians.
Yes.
For pedestrians, we have actually tried to, widen the road wherever we had some extra space with us. For example, in front of Damian Goa and all. Yes, there are issues because the side concession of the retaining wall was pending. That has also been taken care of. So we are trying to create extra space for that as well.
Because in front of my house, if you touch the wall and build your service road.
Yeah, your house there is an issue because the limitation is there.
And plus bus stop is there. People they come and stand inside my compound for the bus. They will
Or
not-
maybe we will have to put some additional, the safety gadgets so that
at least a 1 meter footpath we should keep for the people to
there is a
walk.
narrow path. We'll develop that now.
And will that be road be hot mix or
In
just
front of
concrete?
your house, I got your point. Yes, there is a need of.
Will that be road be hot mix or it will be concreted only?
Which one?
The service road, initial service road.
Hot mixed only. That's what we are doing in the Sambolda also, as I said. The same thing we have done in our.
Because you have put concrete there, but on top of the concrete there will be
No hot mix only, no, because this will again create issues
Yeah.
during the rainy season.
Correct.
Because by the time we reach your house, it will be almost another 3-4 months. So that will be in a very close to rain season. Yeah.
Yeah, excuse me. Hello. Yeah, listen.
Yeah, please.
Now, Mukherjee. Hello. Just opposite my house. Mr. Mukherjee knows where my house is.
Yeah.
The slope going down towards the chapel, that is in a very bad state. What are you doing about it?
Tonight it will be fully crowded.
Yeah, because now whatever you all have put tires still.
Yes.
You either can't go up, nor can we go down.
The soil is getting down.
Yes,
So we
because-
we are allowing the traffic. Tonight it will be filled and it will be fully crowded with the beautiful.
Tonight it will be done, definitely. Now the other thing is, you all have put a retaining wall. You can't see when you're coming from down what is happening on top.
That retaining wall in future we will cut. A space will be cut.
So you can go,
Yeah.
yeah, but then when Dr. Sidney's houses, you can go down that way.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you need to put a barricade there, no?
Yeah.
Right now you need to put a barricade there because everybody is going towards the edge of it.
So it is not a big deal for putting barricade. Okay.
Some barricade has to be done, no?
Yeah.
And secondly,
What we
dust.
will do? Yeah. What
Dust is the biggest problem that we are facing.
Dust ke liye I have already clarified, and for this particular point we have noted.
And you are not watering the roads. I do the watering. Mr. Ahmed, the shop guy.
Now-
We do it every
Now
evening.
today, as we discussed, I will be sharing the contact one touch point for the watering purpose. If at all you see any observations or any complaints about the watering purpose, you can talk to that particular person who is responsible.
And the only
We'll make
thing,
sure.
another problem that I face, getting out on the road, getting inside the road. I really have. It takes me 15 minutes to get my car on the main road.
We put forth our apologies because this is the time where that particular junction is full of all the activities. The water pipeline is leaking, the electricity 33 kV
Yeah,
line has
the
to be
electricity,
shifted,
water.
the connection has to be done, the
Yeah.
activities has to be done, the traffic has to go, the person has to move. You know, everything is getting mixed up in a single point.
We just have one policeman over there who handles both the areas. You can't do that. You need another guy on the other side. One next to my house is fine. So, for us, we have a
We can
problem.
take up this issue with the police team. We can also appraise them about this particular issue. I'll talk to
Yeah,
I'll personally-
PWD has to help us out,
Mr.
no?
Tare and myself will personally talk to the PI. We will pass
Yeah.
on this message to them. We'll do that.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
One more thing.
No, not Dr. Pinto's curve. I am talking about the curve ahead of Dr. Pinto. Yeah.
Have you come personally and inspected that stretch? Because the residents living there, we cannot even breathe. And as you said, there is a water coming, those guys don't turn on that side at all. So please come personally and check what is actually happening. See, they may tell you one thing and they bring another thing. And I'm sure we have a stretch of people living there. Yes.
Sir, the dust is really bothering us. We have kids,
Dust we have already clarified.
grandchildren
Yes,
also
yeah.
now. They are all falling sick with them. And if you even just.
No, see, dust, I understand there is a problem. There is a problem. As I said, ma'am, let me complete. What is happening is that once we are putting the traffic on the side paths, those side paths were never experienced of having the traffic vibrations and the loads. Because of these issues, what is happening that randomly the pipelines everywhere, which were laid back years ahead, around 50, 60 years old pipelines, those joints are giving way randomly, which is resulting in random leakages of the water lines. Now, including the water lines, the electrical lines are also going over there. You might have seen that in random places we have done the excavations where the people will be seen working on the either electrical cable or on the water joints. This is something which is now almost we have covered. There are few more viable locations where it has to be done. During this, let me complete, ma'am. During this excavation process and the electrical joints and other things, what happens is that we try to avoid the laying of water or the sprinkling of the water. This was an issue in the last 5-6 days or the last 10 days. I understand. Now most of those things have been attended, barring few things. In the next 3 to 4 days to come, you will see there will be improvement. As I said, as I already confirmed, you will have a one contact person for water sprinkling. Any time of the day you see a problem, you can immediately call that person, ask him to take it immediately. Because what is happening, I tell you. Now the temperature of Goa was like high. It is comparatively high. So what happens, the tanker, once it sprays the water, by even we will never allow to do this to
It
happen.
is in the houses, sir.
Understood. We will take care of this also. There were lapses, there were compulsions, will be taken care of. Understood.
Two more considerations.
Excuse me, sir.
Two more considerations.
Understood.
So you explained the technicalities. We've got a brief
So, sir,
overview.
before he completes, just two more things on the same
Yeah,
area.
please.
There is pathway for water line for the service road and the footpath to go up on. It is very dangerous for us to even cross there, nearly hitting our hands, and people start to dash also. So please do take it care where the office is also
Sure.
placed. That is a very narrow stretch.
We have
in safety.
noted down.
Major citizens of this land here, they go away from here because there is no proper pathway to walk and a safety measure taken into consideration.
We will take care of this also, and I assure you that this construction, if you see the progress of our progress is quite commendable, and in a very short span of time we have covered maximum length of the proposed length of the flyover. You might have seen in the figures also that almost 50% of the works is already covered by us. We are also trying to expedite the work program so that before monsoon we are able to capture maximum length of the proposed flyover, and this inconvenience is like it is an inherent part of any ongoing project. It happens sometimes. But yes, as you rightly said, let me complete, sir. As you rightly said that as and when we keep identifying them, we will make sure that we keep on attending them as well. So as ma'am and you have rightly highlighted, even other my friends have also highlighted, we have noted it down. There will be a single touch point for the water sprinkling purpose. You say any problem is there, you immediately give a call, immediately it will be attended.
Waiting for that.
Thank you so much.
I'll continue my point. Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir.
Two suggestions. One is water tankers is not a solution for dust. Like you mentioned, we have high temperatures during the day, and by the time it finishes one spot and moves to the other, the first spot dry, and the dust will start moving around again.
True.
So for that, road sweeping machines is the solution. We have done it in Panjim on the promenade, and it works very well. You can also opt for hiring it because it's a high cost, so that could be an alternative. Secondly, you've explained technicalities. We've got a brief overview. I would request you to throw some light on the timelines of completion of this project.
The first thing, using the broomer. Now let us understand the technicalities of broomer. See, basically broomer, when it works on a bituminous surface, what it does is, like, it eats up the top soil layer first, and then the layer becomes clean because you have a bituminous layer beneath. Now when we do a temporary diversion, now immediately if I put a broomer, the broomer will keep on working, the soil layer will keep on coming. So this is the challenge for us. But yes, in the bituminous road, the broomers are good. But for a road wherein we have done some temporary diversion, or maybe as long as the bituminous surface is not laid, the broomer is actually not going to work. In a dusty road, in a mud road, in a road which is not laid down with the bituminous carpet, it is always better to control the dust with the help of water only. That is the first question, sir. Second question, you asked about the timelines. Yes, contractually we are supposed to complete our contract by April 2026. But yes, as I initially said before starting the session, that we conveyed our sincere thanks and gratitude to all of you for the kind of cooperation you have given, and with the help of your help and the cooperation, we are planning to finish this project well ahead in time. Maybe by last quarter of 25, you will see that most of the activities will be in place, most of the structure will be in place. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Sir, I would like to place one query.
What is the width of the lower road section? How many lanes will there be? I am asking you this road because for us who are residents here, that will continue to be our road. So this is what you call service road. What is going to be the width and how many lanes?
2 lanes on either side. Two. Yeah.
What about the sidewalks?
We have footpaths.
This is excluding the sidewalk.
Yeah. I'm telling you the exact carriageway.
It's too big. Why I'm asking you this is because, as Mr. Sauter asked, all the trucks and heavy vehicles are going to continue using the bottom. People going to Kalambut and using the Shogam Road will also use the bottom, which means that the main beneficiaries of this corridor that you're making are the people from Karwar and Soundwadi. For us who are down, are going to land up in a bigger mess. We are going to land up in a bigger mess because right in the middle you have got road pillars now, and the old traffic that will be moving say between Porvorim village to Panjim, or from Panjim to Kalambur, whatever, is going to be further congested. How would you explain what is going to be the width and what is going to be the improvement for us existing? Going on the highway is out of the question. Okay, I would prefer driving half the way on the service road. So what is going to be the improvement for us existing people from Porvorim by way of driving convenience and mobility?
This is something which is more like.
It's not pertaining to you, the PWD office
Yes.
also.
Actually, this is the policy decision which. Yes. Yes.
And the state government is meeting. This issue should be taken here also. So I request the PWD officer here to.
So Mr. Tahre will be in a better position to reply this question.
It's not only for your side.
Yeah, and yes, sir.
For construction.
We are only the contractor.
So I have one query. Attention, sir.
Yes, sir, please.
Regarding the demarcation which is marked and constructed a retaining wall, the question is the villagers more or less they are asking that whether it is as per the equation line perfectly or it has been deferred.
No, it is as per the acquisition line.
It differs in most of the places. This is what villagers talk around.
No. See, myself and Mr. Madare is also here. They are all in a line of acquisition only.
But that plan you had not shown in the presentation.
Sorry?
That plan has not shown in the presentation.
No, presentation was very specific up to the technical explanation of the project. Now, if you understand if you want to talk about the subject of right of way, then we have to have a separate presentation altogether because that itself is a separate subject.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
But there is the villagers they stand a doubt.
Right.
We appreciate and it is a need what is happening in our Porvorim. It is a national development is coming in our village definitely, but at the same time, our villages do not be disturbed.
True.
You are targeting towards the construction, that is the good side.
True.
But now we are talking about a dust. The local गावच्या लोकांची एकूच मागणी आसा तुम्ही कन्स्ट्रक्शन जे स्प्रेडिंग करता हे डेफिनेटली अत्यंत बरी गोष्ट आसा पण प्रत्यक्षात एक दोन दीस मदीं दवरून ते बिटुमन कार्पेट घालपाचें आसा पळय आता ते कामतीच्या समोर फुडें आहा पळय ते म्हयनोभर तुम्ही दोन महिने लोकांक त्रास कित्याक करता बारीक गोष्टी खातीर फाटल्या दिसांनी इतके त्रासदायक जाले त्या मॉलाच्या समोर आता जेन्ना रस्तो पळय जालो तुम्ही जेन्ना कार्पेट घातले पळय आता जे सहजपणा थंय निर्माण जाली हे तुम्ही पहिली कित्याक करना हे आप लोग पहिला करना चाहिए बिटुमन कार्पेट जो स्पीड में
मराठी पण चालतं.
मराठी ते अत्यंत महत्वाचं आपल्याला आहे आता आपण जो डस्ट वगैरे जे बोलतात ना या गोष्टी तिथं उत्पन्न होऊ शकणार नाही यामध्ये ग्रामस्थांची मागणी सर्वप्रथम म्हणजे आमचा विचार फक्त हा नोंद करायला पाहिजे ते सुरळीत करून आम्ही देशाची प्रगती करूया डेफिनेटली येस
बरोबर
पण आपण ते निग्लेक्ट करून आपली स्पीड आहे तिथंच आपलं लक्ष केंद्रित करत आहोत त्यामध्ये लोकांना भयंकर त्रास होतो डस्ट म्हटलं ना नुसतं ते म्हणजे आम्ही भाषण करून असा विषय नाही अत्यंत त्रासदायक विषय झालेला आहे आणि हे असं नाही की आम्ही आता तुम्ही सांगितलं आणि आम्ही सांगतो तिथं टँकर घालत नाही इट्स अ रिअलिटी टँकर घालत नाही
नाही टँकर आता मी काय करतो मी
दोन दिवस जर भेटेमेंट कार्पेट घालता तर विषय मोरलेस सॉल्व्ह होणार आहे
चालेल सर मी काय करतो ना टँकर साठी मी आता एक काम करतो एक पर्टिक्युलर माणसाचा नंबर ठेवतो मी इथं ते कॉन्टॅक्ट पॉईंट आहे जर तुम्हाला काहीतरी त्रास झाला काहीतरी तुम्हाला कंप्लेंट झाला ना त्या नंबरवर तुम्ही कॉल करू शकता मी देतो मी शेअर करतो ते वन टच
नाही तर विषय आहे ना ती क्वेरी आहे ना एक ती लँड एक्विजिशन लँड झालेली आहे
बरोबर
त्या लँड बरोबर डिमार्केशन झालेला हा गंभीर आरोप आहे कळलं आपल्याला पण त्यामध्ये दुःख वाटतं आणि आज ते एक्सप्रेस प्लॅटफॉर्म तो विचार तुम्ही आपल्या माध्यमातून तुमच्या ऑथॉरिटीला कळवा पीडब्ल्यूडी आहे
दुसरा प्रश्न आपला असा आहे की इट इज टू पीडब्ल्यूडी जो बिलो रोड आहे ना तो बिलो रोडचं पोझिशन काय असणार सर्व्हिस रोड असणार काय स्ट्रेट हायवे पण असणार बिलो द सर्व्हिस रोड स्ट्रेट हायवे
खालचा रोड तो सर्व्हिस रोड आहे ना खालचा रोड म्हणता ना तुम्ही
या बिलो द
खालचा रोड सर्व्हिस रोड हा सर्व्हिस रोड आहे ना हायवे तर बनला झालं ना ते फ्लायओव्हर हायवे झाले आता
डिमार्केशन 40 मीटर कशाला तसं तर
डिमार्केशन साठी तुम्ही
आणि आता लेटेस्ट एवढं वाढवलंय जे लोक एकदम भयभीत झालेले आहेत जे पुढे अप्रुव्हल 40 मीटरला काहीच मिळणार नाही
साहेब तुम्ही काम करा ना डिमार्केशन साठी त्यावेळेस साहेबांना त्यांच्याकडे डिमार्केशनचा सगळं प्लॅन आहे ते पण तुम्ही बघू शकता
So let it explain. People are just wanting that main answer from you.
Wait. Sir, Mr. Bhattacharya, you please, each section wise, you explain the width of the service road right now here. First, and then we'll go further.
Because right now we are not carrying the ROW map here.
And we want one session from PWA also. We appreciate the session, but equally
I think
important.
what we can do
This is what is the demand from the locals.
See, as I said, ROW itself is a separate subject because it is connected to property of all the individuals. Maybe you can have a separate session for ROW explanation. That will be better. I think that is better.
That is very important subject.
Let him just explain. Let him just explain the width.
Acquisition line, sorry sir.
Sorry.
Let him just explain the width of the service road. The width from the
He's explaining, sir.
So PWD will be able to
This is 8 meter. This is 8
just
meter.
explain what is happening here.
Correct, sir.
Sir,
You know what is happening here. Here what is happening.
Mr. Tariq will explain.
Tariq,
no, I was not able to hear. Will you please repeat?
your service road, can you please explain from this center right up to here, which require 26 meters. How is
So, Mr. Bhattacharya, explain the width of the pier gap, explain the width of the drain, and what is the balance thing. You explain that.
I'll tell you. See how it goes.
Now,
This is the point of right of way. And here we have this other point of the right of way. Typically, the minimum right of way given to us is of 25 meter. Now, we have to live within this 25 meter. Accordingly, what we have done is that we have designed our top width of the segment as 24.6 meter. So, within 24.6 meter, we are putting the crash barriers, central and both the sides. In between, we are leaving carriageway. So, 3 carriageways on either side, total put together, it's a 6-lane highway. Now the upper portion is done. Now the highway is done. Coming back to the service road, as the gentleman was asking, this service road is having 3 major combinations. The combination of the first, the pillar which is supporting the upper highway. Then there will be the footpath, because this is the median portion. To avoid accidents, we have to create some side distance from the pillars, so that, yeah, length of the footpath is around, this is around 4.3, so this will be around 5 meter. 5 or 5.5 meters, something like that. And then we have carriageway of 8 meters. So 8 meter is typically considered as a 2-lane carriageway. So you can have 2 traffic here parallel to each other. Then we have planned this construction, as we rightly said in the beginning, that there will be a discussion for swapping them. So this is something which will be on the either side of the road. This first one, as of now, this is proposed as the rainwater drain. And the next one is proposed as a utility tub. Whether we swap it or not, in both cases, this particular width will be around 2750, that is close to 3 meter. 3 meter mean to say around 9 to 10 feet. So this 9 to 10 feet area will have this underground utilities, and on the top of it, we will have the footpath for the pedestrians. So this is how the combination is. Minimum 25 meter.
25 meters from the center of the road.
25 meter total width, 12.5 from the center of the road. Minimum. It is going up to 40 meter also.
it is not the center of the road, because you don't have a center of the road as yet.
No. Center of the road means the center of the pillar. Center of the,
Don't begin center of the road.
no, it is center of the pillar.
Because some places you have come.
Yes.
out right and
Center of the pillar.
some
The proposed pillar. The proposed pillar.
That is 12 meters.
12.5 from the center of the pillars on either side.
So can I ask one more question? Hello? Just I want to ask one more question about our compounds which are being built.
Huh.
The compound where there is section of amount for compound to construct, am I right? So all compounds are constructed by the company. But the compound which was constructed first was mine. So that time there were no plates and nothing like that. So a lot of things were done. And my all compound is totally zigzag, also like protruding and total rough. They were broken by breaking handbreaker and all, and try to make it straight, and they have done rough plastering. And
Those
then
things, sir, we can do one thing.
Yeah.
Mr. Mukherjee and his team will
No,
visit
but-
the point, and
Yeah.
I think on ground we will take care of that.
that only. But when I discussed last time, somebody said that replastering, because am I right? They told us that they will do replastering of the compound.
The RCC wall.
Yeah.
RCC wall is never plastered.
Yeah. So how that will be rectified?
So that they will
That we will do the rectification.
Yeah.
Mr. Mukherjee will be there. You
Yeah,
can,
it is total crooked. Our
No,
gate,
we will take care of it.
pillars, everything is crooked.
We will do the
And
necessary work.
internal property also is damaged because of this.
We'll take care of that. It will be taken up separately.
Because people are asking me about this, rough or short, high, so everything will be taken care of.
We'll take care of that.
Excuse me.
When you draw lines, it becomes 25, 22, what is 15. Now that we have existing 2 lanes, after Okero junction to
Moldy Goa.
no, yeah, the Maldives, you have got 2 lanes on either side of the median. Is that the width?
Yeah.
Or what they're going to have one way right through
Yeah, this is the width on the service road level, on the ground level.
on either side?
Yeah.
So we're going to have that way this side, that way this side.
Yes.
I have one problem. In our area, there are most of the gates which are fitted, but they're not fitted in line with the level of the road.
It's a workmanship issue.
Yeah, and also the walls are crooked like the doctor said. So something has to be done. Because now already you are left and right from down, and they have to be there.
We have noted it down. Ma'am. After this session, our team will visit and you can take it personally with you and we'll rectify it.
So it is the Dharavya exercises and after propose.
Today and tomorrow we'll want to meet. We'll understand this issue. We'll rectify this. We'll take it. We have noted it.
like an iPhone. They should have it's almost a year that I have placed it in the ground floor. We need a presentation. And not this presentation. Presentation was for regarding traffic, and dust pollution. That was the reason. And see, you can look at that. Otherwise, this is what it is, you know, I get it. It is not, it is a live watch. For me,
I have a suggestion, but I think we may have more the PWD or maybe the school panchayat. Maybe even the school panchayat. With regards to the road behind, one side is the children's garden, and on the other side is the Navagaya Kandalaya chapel. That near the road going on. Because originally was already a slope, a dangerous slope. Now it has been raised even more. So my suggestion was, there is an open space on the right side between the road and Mr. Kamal's shop. So the square meter, those square meters, they can belong to Dr. Siddiq in Gurudwara. If he is ready to, if he already has parted to this square meter, so he is ready to sell those square meters also. That road coming between his garden and the Kandalaya chapel, is still going straight to the
way could be diverted to the right, behind the chapel, towards the Kamat shop, giving one space behind the chapel, giving one space corner of the shop. So instead of going straight to go to the right, the point of junction with the highway could be lower. So, and on the other side, also there is more space, more distance. The level of the road also could be lower. One thing. The other thing, point of junction should remain open so that vehicles coming and going to Panjim should have some space there. And also vehicles coming from outside. And 18 that road also should have some techniques, not as has been done now, square angle platform, but giving some turn on both sides, giving it broad. This is the one of the suggestions. Using that space behind the chapel towards the Kamat shop and giving a road there, an access road there.
This presentation was asked by me for the Gram Sabha almost a year back. And this is come too late. Already half of the bridge is done. And we are not asking for this is because, this construction. The same way, sewage treatment plant also, they gave us a presentation. They have one thing to say and something else is going on. Even here, everybody is complaining with regards to dust. That is the reason why we needed this presentation. Even the traffic is a big concern. Every day there are accidents, congestion. This was not what it was. And we look for something better. And if we needed the PWD officials, the police, to have an interaction so that we can tell them, if they don't know, we'll give them an advice how to go about with the traffic. Otherwise, nothing will work. Only you all will complete and one day you all will go. And we will face the music.
These are not the complaints, these are the genuine issues anybody or the citizens are facing, and we have taken due diligence of that. We have noted down the points also, and I have also explained the reason behind it. There are sometimes compulsions to us also, there are challenges to us also. The only thing is that get to completion. The only thing is that we have to come, which we have come. Still there were minor issues going on with the water lines and electricity lines, but we are sure that in the days to come, that the control over the dust will definitely be made by us, will definitely be taken by us. And as I said, the black covering is already done from the Porvorim side. You see, in the days to come, those work will also be there.
No, the biggest challenge is now from down to Kokero. That will be the biggest challenge. So before you start work on this lane, at least put the roads in place.
We are doing it.
First do that and then you start.
Allow us few more days time.
Okay, that is okay.
Still be.
I let it open now, let it open. Let it open that I cannot open it. No, listen, I cannot go out also because I'm yellow.
We are sorry for that.
You have to send somebody to see that place.
Mr. Mukherjee was there. They are
Opposite, you have to send opposite up from there to stop. You have to send somebody to see that nobody listening.
We will do.
6 in the top floor. Or you think about my
We are sorry.
Does he want to
Our responsible person will come. We will let them.
And finally, I hope this structure is going to last and not, since you all are doing it fast.
Structure will be there for next 100 years.
Hopefully, because I think so, one bridge went in 16 years.
All these designs are good for construction, good for availability of minimum period of 75 to 100 years. Nothing is going to happen.
Okay. I don't think we will lose.
These are all the
I will not get it.
It was not there
But
initially.
it's good.
And the construction which we are implementing in your area, in your city, is the most latest and the most updated version of construction techniques.
Excuse me. Hello. Sir, as you have read this presentation, can the best presentation of the land acquisition is that?
I think Mr. Tare will have to talk on this. Land acquisition presentation is talking about. PWD will have to give a presentation on the land acquisition.
PWD official.
I think what it actually means is the alignment of the corridor which is vacancy with respect to the existing highways. That you have not shown us. That's where all the problems are coming from.
That is a part of the ROW scheme which has to be a separate section. That's a big subject actually.
Unless you show
Today we wanted to show the technical aspect of the project and the miscellaneous issues. ROW, I think there has to be a separate session for ROW.
we need to understand exactly
Yeah. There has to be a separate session because it's a long discussion.
like the gentleman was saying that the land
Yes,
takes
understood.
out.
Exactly.
Excuse me. Mr. Bhattacharya is talking about the alignment, plan and profile, not the acquisition. Talking about acquisition.
He's talking about the alignment vis-a-vis the existing.
So basically, he's looking for a plan and profile.
Excuse me, when you are trying to start the work beyond Kokero Junction,
Sir, you might have seen we have already reached Kokero Junction. The piling machines have already reached there. On the other side of Kokero Junction, there are banks. Now, those banks, we are going to have discussion tomorrow, day after tomorrow with them. There were issues with the, the extension of the road. So that is something we have to do. And you might have seen the machines are also approaching from the Hyundai side. From Hyundai side, they will be reaching Kokero Junction. We don't want to capture the center right now because if we capture the center portion of the Kokero Junction, it will create a lot of issues for the traffic. So we are leaving it as of now up to that second last foundation. The foundation exactly on the Kokero Junction is not being taken right away till the time the next team is approaching from the Hyundai side. So let them also come in the next 2 months of time. We anticipate that we will reach up to this junction and that construction of the last day will be taken up. Before that, the rear and the front portion of that particular foundation will be taken in shape so that the traffic can be diverted very easily.
so where it's a very busy section.
That is the reason that we didn't want to disturb it.
And a lot of residence houses there.
Yes.
So,
Exactly.
Yes, they're not.
That is why we have kept the center portion of the foundation
So,
under hold as
in
well.
view of the project, in terms of please pay particular attention to this stretch, so that we get the access to the church,
Yes.
and also a lot of interconnecting side roads there.
Fine.
There's the
Yes. Thank you, sir. So we are done.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much.
On behalf of our villagers, we are very thankful for taking all our questions, and you told that you will try to do all the problems. So it is not easy to do, but you will do. We are very grateful about it.
We will convey our sincere thanks and our gratitude to all of you, every individual. Kindly take our thanks and the kind of cooperation we have received, sir. And I really appreciate that today's interaction was a very interactive session wherein I appreciate, sir, for highlighting the issues which are genuine things which has to be thought about. And I really appreciate the questions which were raised and the issues which have been discussed, and we sincerely put our apologies once more. We'll make sure that in the days to come, we do it in the best possible way. But yes, because we are also human, there may be errors from our end. Since we are known to each other, if at any point of time, if anybody will find any kind of issue, you can directly approach us and we will do our best to attend it as soon as possible. Thank you so much, sir.